Welcome everyone to today's practice. I'm going to be doing most of the practice on our knees today. So we take a big deep breath in, bring hands to our heart center to set our intention for the day. Is it more flexibility, more connection, more flow, more calmness, de-stress? What's your intention for today? Reaching the arms up above our head, planting the right hand down, leaning over to our right side for a side bend. Inhaling and then exhaling over to the left side. Fingers are spread wide. Inhaling, exhaling. Feeling the connection with the earth through the hand and the feet and the knees as we come over to the left. Back to the right. Keeping the integrity through the spine. Last one. Back to the middle. Placing the hands on the small of our back now and dropping our head back as we lean into our hands. Just relaxing and then pushing the hands into the back. One more time. Raising up off our knees now. Inhaling as we're coming up. Exhaling as we're sitting back onto the heels. Inhaling. Exhaling. Planting down through the right hand. Left leg goes long. Left arm goes towards the ceiling. Knees together over to the other side. Planting down through the left hand. Right leg goes long. Right arm goes towards the ceiling. Back to the middle. Over to the right. Left leg long again. And then lifting it so it's parallel with the floor. Holding and then back to the middle. Over to the left side. Right leg parallel to the mat. To the middle. Over to the right side. Bringing the arm up and over. And then taking the arm out on an angle. So we get this beautiful back bend. To the middle, over to the left side, planting down through the left hand, taking the arm up and over, and then taking it out on a 45-degree angle, pushing the hips forward, and then coming back to the middle. Taking the legs wide, feet are touching, our bottom is sitting on our heels as we melt the upper body towards the floor in child's pose. Breathing deeply into the rib cage here. Feeling everything relax. Nervous system, spine, digestive system, just let it all relax. Gently pushing up onto the hands and come over to tabletop position. So placing the wrists underneath the shoulders, fingers are spread wide, taking the hips back to the heels and then pushing forward, hips sinking back, exhaling as we come forward. Inhaling last time. exhaling, coming back to neutral spine. Running through 3 cat-cows. Inhaling as we drop our stomach and chest towards the mat, dropping the head back, taking the gaze high, and then exhaling into cat pose. Curling through the spine. Coming down onto the forearms now, into puppy dog pose. Keeping the hips high, the knees are underneath the hips. Maybe interlacing the fingers and bringing the hands to the back of the neck. You might feel a little tricep stretch here. Continuing to breathe deeply. Gently releasing the hands. Coming back to tabletop position. Left arm and right leg to go long. And then tucking underneath the body as the elbow and knee come to meet. Taking them long, tucking them under. One more time. Changing over to the other side. Right arm long, left leg long. And then bending the elbow to meet the knee underneath the body. Really squeezing the glute as we take that leg back. And one more time. Taking the left arm towards the ceiling as we thread it through and under the right side of the body. 3 times. Inhaling, exhaling. And then on the third, pausing down the bottom as our left cheek meets the mat. Right arm goes long. Back to neutral spine, right arm going towards the ceiling now, and then threading through under the left side of the body. Breathing in, exhaling as we twist underneath. Inhaling, exhaling. Then taking the right cheek to the mat, left arm goes long. Pausing for a moment here. And then slowly coming back to neutral spine. Bringing the knees to touch. Feet are touching. Coming into a closed-legged child's pose. Arms are down by our side. Hands are gently resting on our feet. And our forehead is just softly resting on top of the mat. Feeling any space between our stomach, chest and our legs with air. Closing those spaces as we fill our lungs with oxygen. Gently coming out of child's pose. Coming back to tabletop. And then bringing the left foot in between the hands. Coming down into a low lunge. Taking the arms high now. Sinking a little bit deeper in the hips. And then grabbing the right foot with the right hand as we pull the foot towards the bottom. And then gently releasing, placing the right hand on the mat as we Twist the upper body, taking the left arm towards the roof. Framing the front foot. And then kicking that leg back so that we're sitting on our heel. And then touching our toes so we get this beautiful stretch through the hamstring. Continuing to breathe. Maybe placing the right hand over the left. Changing over to the other side now. Right leg between the hands. Sinking the pelvis towards the floor. Raising our hands up towards the sky. And then using the left hand to grab the left foot as we pull the foot towards the bottom. Breathing. And then gently releasing, we're going to plant the left hand down, twisting the upper body, taking the right hand towards the ceiling. And then framing the front foot. Sitting back onto the heel as we straighten the front leg, reaching for the toes, bringing the left hand over the right. And then gently releasing as we come forward again. Back to tabletop. Coming over onto our side now, planting down through the right elbow, forearm. Knees are bent, lifting our hips off the ground. Holding and squeezing the glutes here. And really embracing the core. Swiveling the legs over to the other side. Coming onto our left elbow. Lifting the hips high. Slowly coming down. And then tucking the left leg in towards the groin. And tucking the right leg under the body. Well, next to the body, I should say. Just leaning back on the forearms. Just get a stretch through the thighs. Gently coming up onto the hands, changing legs, tucking the right heel in towards the pelvis. Left leg bends and the left foot sits beside the left hip as we lean back to get this beautiful deep stretch in the other thigh. Gently coming down onto your back now, tucking the legs in towards the chest. And then taking the knees wide and letting them hang as you just use the hands to guide them to the side as they hang heavy. And then grabbing the big toes, coming into baby pose. Happy baby, I should say, not baby pose. It is a bit of a baby pose, isn't it? Happy baby. And gently releasing the toes, hugging the knees towards the chest. And then taking the legs long as we come into our final resting pose, Savasana. And we're only going to be here for a minute or two. So if you want to stay longer, feel free to press pause on the video. Otherwise, start to shallow the breath. Start to quiet the mind. And feel yourself going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Is it a heavy feeling, or do you feel light? There's no right or wrong. It's just what you feel on the day. Starting to deepen the breath now and bring awareness to the body. Start bringing some movement in, maybe stretching, wiggling the toes or fingers. Gently rolling over to one side before pushing up into seated pose. Taking a big deep breath in as we take our hands to prayer position at our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today as we lower them to our mouth. May we speak kind and loving words today as we lower them to our heart. May we have kind and loving intentions today. Have the most outstanding day. Namaste.